Hello, my name is Brianna. Welcome to your practice today. Today the practice will be facilitated on the floor. If you have available to you either some type of block or blanket or bolster, you might find that useful. If you don't have anything like that, maybe a pillow, a stack of books, something like that might be helpful for you. So go ahead and take a moment to maybe pause the video and gather anything that you might need. And whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and get started. So to bring yourself into your practice today, you might consider noticing where your body is making contact with the ground. So one way you could do that is by looking. So possibly looking at where your body is touching the floor beneath you, whether that's a mat, floor inside, grass, dirt. Just noticing maybe where your body is making contact with the ground beneath you. If you'd like, you could intentionally place your hands possibly on the floor in front of you. So maybe bring your hands to the floor in front of you, possibly noticing any sensation of your hands making contact with the ground. So maybe noticing for 3, perhaps 2, possibly noticing for 1. And from here, you might choose to take your hands over to one side of your body. So possibly taking your hands to one side of your body. The range at which you move is up to you. So possibly any amount from the front to the side of you. And if you're choosing to place your hands on the side of your body, you might notice sensation in your ribs. So possibly noticing some sensation in your ribs. And if you'd like, you might choose to add a little breath. And whenever you're ready, you could bring your hands back to the ground in front of you. And if you'd like, you could choose to maybe try that on the other side. You might notice that the range you move on this side is different than the opposite side. So maybe noticing any sensation of your hands making contact with the ground. Possibly not noticing any sensation at all. There's no right or wrong way to feel. And from here, you might bring your hands back to the center. From here, you might also notice that you can lean forward, possibly choosing to lean forward, or maybe bringing your hands closer and sitting up more straight. It's up to you. So possibly reaching forward and leaning forward. Maybe bring your hands closer and being upright. Possibly moving in between those two. So maybe reaching forward and coming back. And repeating that if you choose to. Possibly noticing sensation in your back. Maybe noticing some sensation somewhere else, or none at all. Maybe holding in stillness or movement for 3, maybe 2, and perhaps for 1. And in your own time, you might sit back upright, possibly bringing your hands somewhere onto your legs. And from here, if you'd like, you could bring some movement into your neck. One way you could do this is possibly by dropping your chin down toward your torso. And you have an option to choose either holding this in stillness. Another option could be moving your chin upward and down. So again, maybe you choose to hold your chin down or possibly up. And another option could be moving between the two. It's your choice. And if you are choosing to move your chin up and down, you might notice sensation in your neck. And in your own time, whenever you're ready, bring yourself back to center. So center might just be kind of that neutral position that you start any form in. So center for me might look like something different for you. Another way you could bring movement into your neck could be moving your chin from shoulder to shoulder. So maybe you choose to hold on one side and then possibly switch sides if you'd like. It's also possible that you choose to go between the two and find some fluid movement between the two sides. You might notice that the range and the speed that you move is up to you. Possibly holding in stillness or maybe movement for 3, maybe 2, possibly for 1. And in your own time, you can come back to center. And from here, you could explore some movement in your spine. And one way you could do that is maybe lifting your upper body upward. So possibly drawing your upper body upward. Maybe noticing sensation in your back or your shoulders. And then from here, maybe then rounding your spine backward. And again, an option here could be to hold in one form and maybe switching if you'd like, or perhaps moving between the two. So possibly moving between rounding and lifting. If you are choosing movement, another option could be to link your breath. So maybe as you round or lift upward, you link your inhales and your exhales. And you can also choose to not link your breath at all. And in your own time, whenever you're ready, you might come back to center. From here, if you'd like, you could move to laying down on the surface that you're practicing from today. So possibly laying down on your back. And if you'd like, you can keep your knees bent with your feet on the floor. And from here, you might explore some movement with your legs. One way you could do that is by bringing one of your knees up toward your body. Maybe keeping your knee bent. Another option could be to straighten your knee. So possibly bringing some movement into your knee or your leg by bringing it toward your body, maybe with your knee bent or straight. And if you did choose to straighten your leg, if you'd like, you could bend it once more. And whenever you're ready, maybe lowering it to the ground. And whenever you're ready, you could choose to do that on the opposite side. So maybe lifting your other leg, maybe bringing it toward your body. If you'd like, you can choose to keep your knee bent or straight. Possibly noticing, if you try both, a difference in sensation in your body, depending on what you choose. And again, you may not feel any sensation at all. There's no right or wrong way to feel. And in your own time, whenever you're ready, maybe choosing to lower your leg back down. And from here, if you'd like, you can choose to do that same form, but with both legs at the same time. So if you'd like, you can choose to lift both legs, bringing your knees toward your body. You might choose to grab your legs at your shins, possibly behind your knees. And if you want to explore having your legs straight, that's your choice. Whenever you're ready, you might bend your knees if you chose to straighten your legs, possibly lowering your feet to the floor. And from here, if you'd like, you could extend both of your legs outward. And maybe bringing some movement into your arms. So one way you could bring movement into your arms is by reaching them over your head. So if you were standing, you would be lifting your arms over your head. So maybe stretching your arms up above your head if you'd like. Possibly noticing sensation in the sides of your rib cage, and the sides of your torso. Maybe noticing your breath in this position, in this form. Maybe not. And in your own time, whenever you're ready, you might come to some sort of resting position for yourself. So you might start moving toward the end of your practice. A resting position can be stillness. A resting position can also be movement. It's your choice. So maybe finding some form that feels more restful for you. Taking your time to find whatever that form might be for you today. Moving toward the end of your practice, I'll go ahead and pause my talking for about 1 minute. And then after that minute's up, I can start talking again and bring you back to close out your practice today. So whenever you're ready, we can go ahead and start that minute of quiet. And we'll go ahead and start that minute now. And in your own time, as a way to possibly transition from resting back to your practice in a way to end, you might consider maybe bringing movement into your fingers or your toes, possibly wiggling them or moving them. You might also add a little breath into your inhale, your exhale. If you had your eyes closed, you might choose to open them. Whenever you're ready, if you were laying down, maybe bringing yourself into a seated form. And as you wrap up your practice today, if you'd like, you could maybe acknowledge anything that came up for you during that practice. So maybe just kind of, if you'd like to mentally note anything that came up in your mind, in your body, your emotions. And possibly just acknowledging like that it's all welcome here and it all makes sense. Well, thank you for engaging in this practice today. I look forward to having you practice again. So take care of yourself, and I will see you next time.